This is the Lemoren Magic Shadow. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So on this bubble wrap tube I have another rod from Lemoren. I'm getting quite fond of Lemoren rods as I'm doing more stream fishing, and this one, it's the Magic Shadow. It has been laying around on AliExpress and on my cart for over a year right now, and of course it looks gorgeous on the sleeve, and I think it looks gorgeous inside as well. It's not the least expensive rod that Lemoren makes. I think this one it's around 40 euros. If you get the Fuji guides, it creeps up on 60. But I think when you look through the rod and the craftsmanship and all the materials that go in, even the sleeve, it's worth it. This is a rod for a special occasion. I bought it to pair with my Beer King round reel, and I think they will make a very good looking pair. And I want to give you a closer look of this baby on the table.
And now that we have the baby on the table, you can clearly see how good the sleeve looks. The sleeve, it's actually, I think it's the prettiest sleeve that I have. You have also there the tags saying Lemoren. This is the Magic Shadow V or 5, depending how you want to count it. And mine is the one with the lighter wood and the silver accents. You also have different colors of stain on the wood, different colors on the grip, so you can have it silver like I have in here, you can have it gold, you can have it black. All of them have the option to have like different combinations, so you will also have the wrapping of the guides like I have in here. In silver, you have it in gold, you can also have it in black. And they even do a pink version, which was the one that I wanted, where they give it sort of a pinkish tone on the wood handle, silver accent like I have in here on the reel seat, and then the wraps on the guides are also pink, but that was not available when I bought it. You also have the option to have Fuji or LS guides on this rod. As you can see, this has sort of double nut looking reel seat nut. Everything looks quite good. Even my camera focus on this one, so you can clearly see everything. The lure weight, as you can see in there, it's 1 to 6 gram. Line weight, it's 1 to 4 pounds. I would recommend to stay on that band, because maybe go a little bit higher. This rod will bend a lot because this is a glass rod. As you can see, everything looks very good on the rod. You have 8 guides on total on this rod, even counting the top guide. The epoxy work on this rod was actually quite good, except, and I think this is not a problem because I didn't find anyone else complaining on the comments, I have one guide closed, so it has a little bit of an overspill on the epoxy work, and it was blocked. It was actually quite easy to take it out. So the tip is 1.8 millimeters, 1.7 millimeters, somewhere on that ballpark, which is quite normal for glass rods. Glass rods, since they are a little bit slower to have any type of traction pulling fish, they need to be a little bit thicker. Now for the weighing, I will weigh it on parts, because again it's quite hard to weigh in rods on such a small scale. So we have 105 grams, 0.5 already. Even this is wrong, so it's almost 122 grams for the whole. So I think this might be my heaviest rod. I think it's even heavier than the Queen Superlight and the Surunoya Elf Pro, which are almost double the size of this rod. So this is, you can only have it a 1.5 meter or 5 foot rod. All the connections are good. Again, other than that guy that was blocked, that I don't think it will be a consistent error, this is actually like all the Lemoren rods that I had until now. It's actually quite a well put together rod. As you can see, the load on the rod is very progressive, even though it has such a thick tip. As usual on the sole rod, it will bend a lot through all the rod. And as usual on my winter leftovers, this will be unboxing and testing of the rod, so field test. Trying to hide from the wind to do the intro. It's a glass rod with a very cool looking camphor grip, and it actually smells like camphor. And I have it paired with my Beer King round reel. In there I have the usual suspect. I'm fishing a bit heavy today because it's very windy. I am using a 2 gram tungsten shebweight with a Pic Tanta and the size 10 EWG hooks from Supercontinente. And fish are very skittish, so let's try to see if I can catch anything. Bite, another bite. Yeah, definitively I had some bites, but let's try to not make a lot of splash, a lot of noise. And see if I can pick at least one apart. Today they will not be big probably, if I can catch anything. Not a lot of long casts today, because they are all hiding on this band over here. So it will not be that easy. First one. Oopa. Let's try. Got this guy. Great colors. Oopa. So he pooped on my hand and 23 centimeters.
better than nothing. Let's put it back on the water.
And as you seen on the unboxing, this rod weighs 122 grams almost. Pair that with the reel, very near the end of the handle of the rod, you will have almost like a trebuchet effect. So the casting will be actually quite effortless, especially if you only use wrist action. So as you will see in here, overhand casts are quite effortless, and since the rod bends, it's also easier to not run into bird's nest, because the bend of the rod will go with the line, preventing whiplashes. As you can see in here, you can also do this type of casting without backlashes, which is actually quite useful. Even though I didn't film it properly, the lure went inside of the tunnel that we have on this small stream on the park, and this was actually I think filmed on the end of the winter, and casting is just pretty good, even though it's 2 grams, because it's a lot of wind. I cut the noise out on the video. Look at this fella, it's quite suspicious, don't you think? But other than that, this was filmed after a storm, so fishing was quite crap. But again, casting, it's the biggest point of this rod. If you are moving your arm with this rod, don't get it, because it's too heavy. It will be very annoying. If you are into wrist action, this might be for you, because it's actually quite good on that term. Actually, cutting fish with it, it's a little bit stressful if you don't have a bank or a net, because the rod will bend a lot. As you seen on the chub that I've got, it bended a little bit too much for my liking, but that's the life with glass rods. So if you get this, make sure you have a net that has access to the water. And with that said, I will see you guys on my next video. Bye!